welcome back. This is Lashing Out and Cutting Up. I'm your host, La Cuts, and my homegirl.
I'm Lashing Out Lucy.
Oh man, we are excited for this episode. We have another guest in the building, Miss LaVon, and we're gonna send it over here. We would love for you to introduce yourself. Tell us what, all your social media, your business, all those wonderful things.
Well, hi guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, we're glad you're here.
Thank you so much. My name is LaVon Royal Reed. I am a salon owner. The name of the salon is Royal Reed Nail Salon. We are located in St. Anne, Missouri.
Hey.
Okay. And we are on the intersection of Breckenridge and Ashby. Mm-hmm. And yes, y'all can come because the police ain't even that bad. Like I promised.
Not in that area for real.
It's really not bad.
Really not.
You can come.
Hold on, wait, you got from the back. Here comes from the back. Yeah, you lying to me.
Hell
I ain't going over there. Well, you got to make it to that neighborhood. That's the problem.
It's fine. Like just main streets only.
Yeah.
But yes. So I am also a licensed nail tech. Been licensed since 2017, and I'm also a licensed nail instructor.
Okay.
Since 2021.
Okay.
I want to say.
Yeah, talk your shit then. Okay. All right, ma'am.
Which is where we met her.
Yes.
Big
Yes.
All three of us was instructors together.
You're
Right.
teaching the
Flex
future.
on them.
Teaching the
Flex
future.
on them. Oh yeah, because you was handling it. You was doing your thing up there. You really was.
Trying my best.
Oh, trying her best. She knew what she was representing.
Yeah.
She was in there knowing you was missed when you left. You was missed. You was missed.
Definitely.
Well, we are definitely glad you came on with us today. So we're gonna kind of get this show going, and we're gonna start with a little this or that. This early part of our episode. Okay.
Okay.
So
Let's do
with
it.
our this or that, since you're not gonna drink or you're gonna drink your water, so basically we have two options. You have to choose one. If we agree, we'll drink with you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
This is the basic. We ain't gonna do nothing too crazy. All right. So just make it hard for us. Make it a little hard for us to decide if we're gonna agree with you or not.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna start with our first one. So for this or that, do you prefer booth rent or commission?
As an owner,
Either as an owner,
A nail tech.
a nail tech,
commission. All day, every day.
commission.
Commission.
But why commission though?
Because commission just benefits, in my opinion, when you're in the building stages as a nail technician or in the beauty profession, and you're building and say you don't have the clientele that you need, you're still figuring out your way. Commission leaves a lot of the responsibility on the owner.
Yeah.
Good way to put
You
it.
don't have to worry so much as a team member. It puts it on the owner, and also it's just more lucrative as an owner, because whether you have somebody in your salon that's booth rent or commission, you're still liable for them and you're still responsible for them. So if that's the case, then you should profit off of them as well, in my opinion.
Well, that's true. That's true. So, because I know she's always done commission. She loves commission. She just got introduced to doing more booth rental. So, you agree? Or have you changed your mind since then? Have you changed your mind?
She agreed.
I agree. So I'm gonna have to take a shot.
Yes, she is.
Actually, I have to elaborate with LaVon. It was funny as when we were night instructors.
Yes.
It was so funny. Her students wanted to come to my class. It was like, we want to hear Miss Natalie's side because you booth rent, and then I was commissioned. And so she had to admit to me, she was like, at first I was like, what am I going to learn from her? Because I'm already a business owner. I was like, I know, but you booth rent and then I'm commissioned. And we did really have to we had to explain to the students that, hey, I don't want y'all to feel like we're causing friction. Like I'm saying, I'm better than Miss LaVon because she's a booth rental owner and I'm a commission owner. I want to say that they're both great. It's just as the owner, you have to feel like know what you want.
That's true.
And
That's
so
it.
after that,
So
she
what
had
made
to
you
admit
transition
me-
to change to
admit
commission?
She liked it.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of the stuff I learned from Natalie was one of the things that caused me to change. I did learn a lot from her. And just what I think the thing that really put the battery in my back though was really understanding how I was supposed to fully operate as a booth rental owner, there were some things that I wasn't doing right, and I didn't realize that. I didn't realize the paperwork. Of course, I was legal per the state, but I didn't realize that every booth renter in my salon has to have their own separate business license. Every booth renter in my salon has to have their own separate general liability insurance. Every booth renter in my salon has to get their own separate inspection for their space. So as I started realizing, well, wait, okay, I'm not doing this right, first of all. And second of all, the steps that it would take for this to be right and everybody to be on the same page and me to be fully legal, like the right way 100%, I said, that's too much. That's too much work for me not to be getting more than what I'm getting. And that's just how I felt. And I feel like as a business owner, like I'm very involved. And I just think that I deserve to profit.
Yeah, it benefited your business to be able to switch over to that without having all that extra. Because you were already, I mean, if you're going to cover the business, might
I
as
was
well.
doing commission stuff. I was doing things that commission owners did without receiving commission. Like I pay for a towel service.
Okay.
I pay for their shared products. I pay for all the bathroom products, all the paper towels and the, you know, like I was sharing a lot with my team because that's just who I am. I just like to share.
That's what us Virgos do.
But when I really sat down,
Virgos in the building.
okay. But when I really sat down and thought about,
Oh, that's
Okay,
got thumbs down from the
We
audience.
got two comments from the producer today. We is on it.
but when I really realized though, like, well, wait, I'm doing a lot, you know,
Yeah.
and because technically, if you booth renting, you on your own essentially,
Pretty
and I'm
much.
giving you a space. But that is never how I operated my business. So it was time for me to not be afraid to take that step up and
Okay.
realize that I could lose some people along the way, but it was something that I had to do.
And I think for me, it's so funny. Let's tell the audience that me and her both have done a paradigm shift.
Yeah. Yep.
She was booth rent. She didn't switch to commission. I was commission, and I done switched to booth rent. And I totally agree. You give your heart, your all, your passion, your talents. You're building this person up
Yep.
for them to leave you in a year or two. And I did it for 16 years. But in the first 3 or 4 years of my career, it was emotional. I done had salon arguments and fight, you know, because you feel like you give 150% to a person, you train them, bring them up, and then they hit the door.
You invested.
You
were fully
invested, and then they don't stay. But now it's so funny because I haven't really talked to you, but child, I turned to booth rent. I said on April 3rd, we're
was so
switching to
excited.
booth rent. I was so excited. And then, baby, on April 3rd, they came back in the salon, was like, well, wait a minute. What happened to the pictures? What happened to the cotton balls? What happened to the containers?
No, ma'am.
What happened? Everything goes.
At the Walmart, ma'am.
Sally's. From where's the acetone?
Yeah.
Where's the wax sticks? Where's the... No, I provided all those things. And don't get me wrong, I got paid for that. But when you got to know, and that's, I think, one of my biggest frustrations. We'll move on to this and that. I'm going to say this last thing, but that's my biggest frustration with business owners, that they'll hear like, oh, she do commission, I'll jump in and do commission. The one thing I can commend and respect you is you had the nuts and the balls and great to ask me, say, hey, how you do it? And guess what I did? I walked you through.
Sure did.
I sent you the documents and everything. I can't stand these business owners. You booth rent, they booth rental material, but then they want to lie to the staff and say they commission, but you don't know a lick about how to run a commission salon, and you ain't even trying to learn. You too busy trying to say you a boss. No, learn. And that's what she did. She got on the phone. She said, Nelly, I want to change like you said. Can you help me? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I ain't charge her nothing because that's my girl. You know, she asks.
Yep.
It burned me up when people try to do stuff and they don't even take, they don't even take the time. They don't even take the time to, you know, educate themselves.
That's why businesses fail though.
That is why businesses fail.
You gotta take
and
a
they lose.
minute.
Yeah, we lose staff on other reasons, but they lose staff quickly because they don't even understand their own business model.
And you gotta
Right.
respect people. Like
Yeah, you do.
my staff was booth rental essentially, and I'm like, hey, y'all, in a few months this change is about to come. In a few
Yeah.
months this change. I kept telling them because
I
I'm
got
like,
that from you.
I don't want to
I changed
blindside.
mine too.
I don't
I
want to
gave them 2
blindside you.
months.
I don't want to blindside you. I want you to understand that I respect you. I value you. However, For
gotta
me
do what's
personally,
best for my business.
I have to make a shift, and I was
But
actually
all of
blessed.
it ends up benefiting everybody. When
Everybody.
You,
It really
do.
If you are in a position that you're running a business and you want to be successful at it, that creates opportunities for other people to be successful.
Yep.
So regardless of it's booth rent or commission, if the boss or the owner is in the mindset of let's make money, everybody should be able to make money
That's
underneath
it.
it. A
And
lot
if
of people
they are
get-
too, the
Yes.
team members have to be too now,
There
because
you
I
go.
can't
You got to
make
be
money
on
for
it.
you.
Yep, you got to be on it.
They
And
gotta buy in. They gotta buy
there
in.
you go.
I'm very blessed with who I have right now, for sure. Because, I mean, they're definitely hustlers, and they definitely care about the work. They care about the space. They care about me, and they care about each other. And I feel like that's the main recipe.
But yeah, so even with that, I do love that you guys were able to work together and be able to help each other with making sure that you can support her with being able to switch over and give her the things to set her up in the correct way. But we're gonna move on to our next one. So this one was interesting because a lot of the younger generation loves to do this.
I
So
already know what it is.
Let's see.
We'll see.
Let's see.
So everyone knows that because would you do, because right now currently are you appointment only?
No.
Okay, so this one is perfect for you then. So would you do a squeeze-in fee before you do a walk-in? Or would you do a walk-in before a squeeze-in fee?
And have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
And is this new generation coming up with some BS?
Right, okay, yeah.
Bullshit.
Define squeeze in fee to me.
So basically, let's say, you know how somebody do. They'll call you 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Can you get me in? I need to come in at 2:30. And you may have maybe 45 minutes. This in your... Do you allow them to come in? You just charge them a fee to do that? Or if they just, let's say they just walked in,
Right.
do you just let them walk in?
Do I have a staff that can help me?
Yeah, whatever way you thinking it can work.
So I would.
But which way would you prefer? Because a lot of people that have more appointment setups, they're going to
Yeah.
want to do a squeeze in. Someone that, because if I'm appointment based, I can still take a walk in or I could do a squeeze in. The difference is if I do a squeeze in, you're going to pay me to do that. A walk in, I'm just going to take you.
So here's the thing. I would do a walk-in. I've never done a squeeze-in. I've never done a squeeze-in fee. I've never done any of that because if you're appointment-based, then you take appointments.
Right.
And this person, especially in nails, I would assume, most people know before the day of that they need their nails done. Like it's not something that's that deep. You know what I mean? We know. Like you went to bed knowing what your hands and feet look
Yeah,
like.
but you know we lazy. Sometimes we be forgetting or we like, I
Last
should
you
have
know,
called.
somebody that canceled on them.
Now, so that's the thing. So if I'm taking appointments, right, and you call me, somebody I know, you're not anybody off the street, somebody I know, and I have the time, I'm gonna tell you, come on, girl, because I would rather have a good client than a one-time fee. However, if I don't have the time, I'm not gonna take you and I'm not gonna charge you a fee because you knew better, number one, because you knew that you went to a nail tech that gets booked. And number two, I'm not gonna inconvenience everybody behind you by messing their appointment time up.
And taking money for it.
And number three, I'm not gonna rush you because now I'm doing a half-ass job on you.
Right.
So I just feel like for me personally, the squeeze in altogether is just not a good thing. Now walk-ins are tricky because you have to have a staff to have walk-ins.
That's true.
You either have to have no clientele
And you're just sitting there waiting.
or you have to have a staff. Mm-hmm. So I'm able to take walk-ins now because I have a team of people and we juggle. I mean, we balance and we just figure it out to try to accommodate as many people as we can. So I would never do a squeeze in. So I'm gonna say walk in.
We wouldn't even charge them extra though?
That's silly to me. I don't believe in personally, I don't believe in the extra thirsty fees. Like that's not me.
Thank you. I'm gonna take a shot on
I
that.
like that
I'm
one.
gonna take
I'll
a
take
shot on
that.
that. I'm definitely gonna take a shot. It's this newer generation that's doing this bullshit.
Yeah.
Because, like you just said, my thing is, if you either you're taking walk-ins or you not,
Right.
and you mean to tell me I'm a loyal client at your 1 o'clock hour, and this person comes in at 12 o'clock. If that service takes an hour and a half, you
run
gonna
in.
take $55 more to squeeze them in to push a more loyal. That's why y'all had the problems that y'all have with y'all businesses. That's why y'all have chair hoppers.
Yep.
That's the ridiculous ass shit to me.
And that's not
It
a
is.
sustainable business model.
It's not a sustainable business. business model. They not doing business.
Nope.
Thank you. Amen.
And they're gonna
Let
always
me take that shot. I'm glad to take
I
that
took
shot.
the shot too, but girl, we ain't never drinking that again. They wrong for
I
that.
heard it good for. I heard it's good with an almond
You gotta shake
comma.
it up. Oh,
no,
yeah, add it into
Oh,
it.
we need to make a drink.
Girl, we do, cause I don't.
Yeah,
girl.
they say it's good.
You said that's
But no,
all
JP said she miss you, Miss Trisha.
Oh, I miss you too, sweetheart. I
Is she
actually need
still
to get your
on?
information. I was looking for a makeup artist yesterday. I need to keep in contact with everybody. Yeah, so I'm with you. The squeeze-in fee, I think is stupid because one, you already
It
teaching
screams
somebody,
bad customer service.
and you're already teaching
Well, it
somebody they
screams
can
broke.
do it.
I'm not gonna lie.
It does
You need
seem
it.
broke.
It screams
And it seems
grabbing.
broke. It seems thirsty.
Yeah.
You thirsty. Also, too, the fact that I question your integrity. The fact
what she
that
said.
you broke, you thirsty, and I question your integrity. Because if you got enough time, take them. That's a
That's it.
walk-in.
That's it, just take 'em.
But if you don't, why are you trying to get more money out this person to jeopardize your loyal client that took the time to book the way you asked on your
Yeah.
3-page website? Because most of them got 3 pages on how to book with them, all these rules and all these deposits
It's a lot.
and all this stuff. And then on top of that, I took the time to book with you, and then your ass
ahead
gonna
of
book
time.
ahead of time. And then while I'm waiting, you got the audacity to call me and tell me you pushing my damn appointment back 30 minutes because I know you ain't gonna tell me squeezing fee, but I'm gonna figure it out.
You gotta respect
because
the
y'all talk
client.
too much.
You have to respect people. I feel like personally, I've never had to charge. I've never charged a squeeze-in fee. I can say I've only charged, even though I used to say that there was a late fee on my
Yeah.
site. I've probably charged maybe 2 to 3 people max a late fee because I have to respect you the same way I want you to respect me. Sometimes I'm
Exactly.
late.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm late.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm running behind. So
I'm
if I'm
with
not
you on
gonna
that.
pay you that same $20 when I'm late and you on time, then I shouldn't expect you to pay me. But I think that when you trying to grow that's the difference between somebody that's trying to grow a business and somebody that has a hustle mentality.
Yeah.
They hustling.
They trying to make this quick money
hustling.
today.
Yeah.
You
They
might not make
hustling.
it
That's a good
tomorrow.
point.
Let
You
me
ain't
make
running no business. You're not no business owner. You hustling.
Yeah.
And as long as you got that hustle mentality and it's just about the money,
It's not gonna grow.
baby, you're not gonna grow.
And you're gonna piss off people left and right.
You really are.
Absolutely.
You right.
And
So-
then they wonder why they got all these chair hoppers.
So let's go into the next thing because we know that with business, we are kind of moving away from cash. But would you prefer, cash or credit card? And what I mean by credit card, having like a credit card on file, when somebody either books with you or even if they walking in and they're trying to get in.
Oh, credit card on file all day.
Okay.
Hi, Chris.
All day.
Okay, I'm a cash baby. I ain't even gonna fake it. I'm gonna get my cash.
You
I'm gonna get my cash. I'm gonna get my credit card. I'm gonna get it all.
Yeah, I do all of it.
But I did realize. So within the last year, I'm realizing that I do have to streamline it
Mm-hmm.
because then if it's too many options, your money's everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of like, I need to start streamlining it. Like it needs to be this spot is where if you can do credit card, do credit card. You cash, do cash. But if you got Cash App, Zelle, you got PayPal, you got all of these different options. One, everybody got a fee. Cash App got a fee. You got the credit card taking a credit card,
Yeah.
they got a fee.
Well, can I stop you for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
All you have to do is invest in one point of sale system. I use
point of
Square.
sale.
I use Square point of
I
sale.
love Square.
And it literally takes every method of payment. Bitch, they afterpaid us the other day.
Right, they
know.
afterpay.
Like,
Yes,
literally,
I love
so-
Square.
So yes, I do.
Shout out to the founder from St. Louis.
I take all forms of
think he
payment
passed away.
outside of food stamps,
Yeah,
but
that's
I
what he
take
did.
Yeah, I
all
ain't taking
forms of
food
payment.
stamps.
And
You
and
said, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. What? Y'all not?
We're not.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I ain't gonna lie.
Zelle don't
I
take
seen one
that.
of my students post that talking about some she'll take a blue visa
No, ma'am.
in exchange.
No, ma'am.
No, the ghetto.
No, ma'am.
And when I see her tomorrow, I'm gonna have a conversation with her.
But that's the beauty of the Square device, though. Like literally,
Yes.
it takes every single payment form that you take. If
Yes.
they process it on the Square point of sale, it all goes directly into your Square account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. So
Yeah, I
all
have
your
Square.
money is still in one spot. Like you don't have to pull it off the Cash App. You don't have to pull it off the Zelle. You don't-
Correct.
Like you literally Apple Pay. It goes direct deposit into that same Square account. So the only thing that's separate for me is my cash, which
So
I have
wait,
a cash register,
so
and I do
'cause-
charge fees for everything.
Okay, that's
else
what I was
other
about to
than-
say. That's what
You
I was gonna, 'cause that
do?
was
I sure
my.
do.
I charge
Nah,
a fee.
I don't agree with that.
I charge a fee.
Let me tell you why.
Go ahead.
That is ghetto.
No, listen to me.
Y'all ghetto.
Listen
Y'all
to me.
ghetto.
Listen
No,
to
no,
me.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Y'all ain't
Go
gonna
ahead.
convince
The
me.
reason that I charge a fee, the fee that I charge my clients is the exact fee that the merchant charges me. Nothing more.
How would you feel if Walmart charged you every time? You would be pissed the hell off.
Listen.
But technically they do.
Listen to me.
They include it in their price. So why don't you just include it in your price? That's ghetto to me.
But here's the thing.
I'm with you.
But the higher you listen. The reason I do it, number one, is because now I didn't used to. When I was booth rental, I didn't used to because I was just responsible for my transactions. When I became commission, I became responsible for everybody's transactions. And those fees are astronomical. And it's for me. Now, but for the
You need
client,
to change your prices to
for the
reflect
client,
it.
For the client, they're about $1. About $1, $2.
See, y'all are no different than the Arabs at the gas station saying you got to spend $5 or they gonna add 50 cents. I be pissed.
Right. It's under-
no,
but
it's
if
called
we
the cost
under-
of
I
doing
underst-
business.
Right. Understood.
And guess what?
That's
if you got the
why-
right accountant, your accountant is going to tell you those fees are a write-off. So why you worried about it? Those fees are a write-off.
No. I understand everything that you're
Y'all
saying.
ghetto.
I ghetto.
You can call it ghetto
They
or
ghetto.
whichever way you want to call it, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a small business. It's one thing
don't
to say,
care. When you choose
but
to
you're
go
saying
into
that, but we gotta
business,
understood.
you go with it.
Understood. But there are certain levels to the business because regardless of anything. We can't use Walmart as an example because Walmart has millions and millions of dollars.
You can use anybody as an example.
But
When
I'm
choose to go-
saying-
that's the purpose of you creating a price list that reflects that. To me, you
I'm
don't
with
see
you.
these white salons out here charging a 1% because they use
Yes,
their
they
credit
do.
card. Not your nice higher end ones. My
But we
thing
can't-
is how you're trying to be. Now, okay, if you feel to do that, I understand. But if you have a storefront and you a salon, I just totally disagree. When you go into business, you assume the risks and you assume the cost of going into business. Because if not, why are you in business?
But okay, so what you just said was you still added into you're just adding it into their price.
You added into the price,
But
so
no,
it
I didn't.
won't
I didn't
reflect to the
say. I didn't
client.
say that I'm changing it every time. I am adding it into my price. But what I do is that like
But to say when a person, I'm talking about, to say to a person when you check out, oh, your total is $50, but I'm gonna add, I know a cosmetologist that did that to me, and I
I
don't
do
go
it.
back
Yes,
to
I do.
her because my thing is, you gonna charge me $50 for this service, and then you gonna say, oh, because you using a credit card, I'm gonna charge you the 1%. That's ghetto as hell to me, y'all.
it can be
That's
ghetto, but I'm gonna. But my thing is that I'm offering you other options to be able to pay me. I'm not saying that this is the only option of paying
No,
me.
you need to raise your price.
I understand what you're saying there, but if I have other options for you to pay me, and we know, I'm talking about people that I know. Now, this is somebody my first time, and
It should
I
not
wouldn't
matter.
even.
The business
if
should
we
be
do-
equal. How you set your foundation, it should be equal. That's almost like I have a different rules for white people versus black people versus Chinese. It should be
but the
equal
reality
across
is
the
that most
board.
people do.
No, they don't.
But here's my thing, okay?
No,
So,
no.
I get what you're saying wholeheartedly. I get that. I understand exactly where you're coming from.
And we all could
100%.
disagree to agree.
No,
but I'm
I
just
get
saying.
what you mean.
I
And-
always, whether I start off, and I'm gonna let you finish. I'm sorry, but whether I start off small, and I always look like I'm going to be a Walmart, and you gotta start where you're going to be. You can't do the ghetto stuff in the beginning and say, you know what, I'm gonna clean myself up until I get. How you gonna get there?
But if you're
you
saying that
gonna
all
get
you're doing
there?
is adding it into the price, you're still charging the client regardless. They just don't know you're charging it. That's the only thing.
business.
Right. I understand what you're saying. So you're saying word it differently. You're not saying don't charge them a price. You're saying word it differently. You're saying, yes, I'm going to get charged a fee. So instead of me saying at the time of checkout that it's going to be an additional $1, I've already added it in so that you don't even have to worry about that because you already, if you have people that have credit cards on file, correct. You
When
don't
you
have
do-
to
when
worry
you
about doing
started-
that because you automatically know that you need to add an extra price. I'm talking about from the standpoint of where I am, where I don't necessarily require a credit card on file. So if someone does, I have these other options of you being able to pay
I
me.
started off
So
that
if
way,
you did,
and I never did add a
and it-
fee. No.
but you are because you said you increased your price to cover the fee.
Because this is the thing. when you're starting a business, before you open that door and before you put the $50 on an LLC in the state of Missouri, you need to understand the cost of doing business and what your retail price is versus your wholesale price. That's none of your client's business. So you should be incorporating in your price your credit card. But I'm like, LaVon, I'm going to do one PSO system.
One system.
I'm doing one system, and that's it. And so, yes, you're going to get charged differently.
I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day, you're still adding it in. They may not know
specifically. That's the cost of
specifically.
doing business, though.
Right.
I feel like it's ghetto to charge them on the back end, on the front end.
There you go. Now
And that's
so
what
you
I
don't think,
said.
but there's right. I understand what you're saying, but I was making sure that we were on the same
No, I
page. and saying
understood
there's
what
a
y'all was
different,
saying.
there's
I
a
don't feel
difference
like-
in saying that somebody comes in and they're paying with a credit card today, and at the time of the register, I'm saying I'm going to add this on at that time. I understand what you're saying there, but there's still
It's the
going to be
same.
that charge added in. They're not aware of the physical charge.
Okay, but also let me interject what I was trying to say before. Many businesses also still charge those fees, but they just call it a convenience fee.
True.
And that's not equated
But it's
with
on the
ghetto.
receipt. It's on the receipt. They don't tell you. You're absolutely
wording.
right. You're absolutely
wording.
It's right. I said it's ghetto for you to say it's $50, but because you're doing a credit card, I'm charging you $2.50. I'm saying that is ghetto. I'm going to stand on that. But yes, you are correct. For example, Ballpark Village, where we work, part-time. Yes, Ballpark charges you to be down in Ballpark. They have a facility fee, and they have another tax. But guess what? I don't sit there and say, hey, your wings are $10.99, but we're charging an extra $9 just because you're in Ballpark.
But that's just like them charging us automatic gratuity because we got a certain party or because we come after a certain time. Like
but
a business
it's just
fees
added
is
on
their
to the
fees.
receipt.
Added
It's just
on.
onto the
I'm
fee.
just
It's
saying that it's
worded
ghetto to
differently.
So
word.
blindside versus do it.
I'm just
Basically.
saying your
Have
cost
tax.
of doing business
Silly.
is equated. That's why I don't care. Like, for instance, it's clients that feel like my salon is more professional and stuff like that because, yes, I'm charging $200 for an initial set. You're charging over here, charging $90, but then you got this squeeze-in fee, you got this $50 fee and all of that, and you're looking ghetto because you're sitting up here arguing with a client over each line
I'll say
or whatever.
It ain't that deep to argue
never
with
do
them
that.
over it. I'm not going to argue with
I
you.
mean, I'm not
Like, there's-
saying, but
I get what you're saying.
using energy. You're using energy to describe your each line, this, that, and other words. I'm just saying, my price is $200. What they all include, that's on me. You see what I'm saying?
Right. No.
So
I'm
I just
100%
feel
with
like
you.
that's
It's
ghetto
just-
to line item it and really take your energy to explain to a client.
I feel like you're saying it's ghetto because we're black. I feel like when white people do things, it's not ghetto. It's
I
a
tell
decision.
they ghetto too.
I feel like but honestly, I don't necessarily always have to worry about that fee. But I make it clear it is across the board that we are. Yeah, there is. I'm a small business. I do have to add those fees into mine. Now, if you say that telling them at the time is ghetto, I can take that. I'll eat that. But everyone charges the fee, regardless of if you're saying it up front or if you're putting it into the price. You're still charging the fee. That's where my mindset is. Like, you're still there. It's just a way of doing it. So there is different ways of like we did. Who's this right here? Gina said etiquette. It's etiquette. It's how you approach it. So if you can approach it in a way that can be ghetto.
Small business. If you think small-minded, you do small-minded things. Those things you have to grow and do better.
Right.
So you just have to do better.
I respect what
And
you're
I don't mean, I'm not trying to be offensive, but I mean what I mean. I mean kind of what I mean. Because,
She's not changing. She said, I'm standing on it. Like you said, you standing
No, I
on it.
respect it. I get 100% what she
I ain't
means.
even gonna lie. I go
get
to
it.
this gas station every day ain't gonna day. They owned by Arabs and Indians and Africans. All three of them own it together. And I go in there and I go in for a soda. But if I use my debit card, he be like, we gonna have to charge you an extra 50 cents. And I be like, that's some, and I said every day I go in there, that's some bullshit.
But you still going there every day with a card.
No, sometimes I have cash. No, then I'll buy something because I'm
Then
like,
you the
no,
problem.
what I do. But then what I do
So
is,
don't use no card.
no, you know what I do? I ain't even gonna lie. What I do is I say, you know what? I'm using the card, but I'm not finna give you no flat 50 cent. Then guess what? I'll just go buy these 2 for $1 chips and put it on there. He's like, okay, then we ain't gonna charge
Well,
you.
of course, because their goal is to get your cash. They don't
Yeah.
they don't want you to run card because, like we know,
But most people in the beauty industry, they don't want cash too, and we got to get out that mindset. I mean, they
ain't
want
true.
cash. That's why it's hard for beauty professionals to get stuff. By how you a homeowner, it's hard.
Right, it's hard to show the
prove
income.
your income.
It's
Yeah,
hard
we
to
got to
prove your
get out them
income.
old habits.
And I'm okay with it. Listen. I'm gonna honestly take what you're saying, and I'm gonna ponder. I'm not saying I'm gonna change, but I will take it into consideration. However, Afterpay charges 15%. If
But
you,
it's not allocated to you though.
yes, the hell it is.
most of them are.
I have to pay that fee if I allow a client to click Afterpay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We got a surprise because
Well,
we
all
had,
of it is everything. That
all
you
of it is
do,
allocated to
yeah.
me. And that's so funny because it's like Square telling me, well, we're going to charge you 2.75% of every
See, I don't-
transaction.
when
They
people
ain't
come
ghetto.
to my salon, but when people
They tell
come
you
to
right
my
up
salon,
front.
I don't give them those options. I'm not taking Cash App. I'm not taking Zelle. I'm not taking
Zelle
any of
doesn't charge
that.
a fee. And
But
I will
I'm
say
not
that. When
taking
we do
none of
Zelle,
that.
when
I
I do
say
Zelle,
either
there's
you
no
got
fee.
a card or you got cash. That's it. Because I want to know what my fees is. I'm at the end of because when I go to my accountant and I pay him a good penny, I pay him almost $600. But when I go, I have to have all my credit card fees, all my fees from all the different, from my QuickBooks, from my, you know what I'm saying? And it's a hassle. If people been to my salon, they see when it's tax time, it's boxes and boxes of paper and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm not doing all of that.
No, I understand that streamlining it is important. Streamlining is important. Like I said, first of all, getting your money in 13 different places is it's hard to even see your money. So I'm with you on that, and I'm 100% swearing. Like, yes, it is. But I will say it is a transition for most people when they start seeing those fees and they're seeing, oh, it's on me. So yes, I understand 100% of what you're saying. I do think that it does, like as you said, it is about how you do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it ain't always that because you're gonna have to do it because at the end of the day, it is a price of business.
Well, maybe one day I'll move out the hood and I'll be
Move up the street, moving on up to the east side.
maybe I'll be as professional as Lucy. And
But wait a minute, hold on.
said we
Let me
gotta start
clarify.
somewhere.
Everybody who know me.
Now,
No,
she was
I'm
about-
ghetto as hell.
She was about to fight us in here. They no way.
that's why I said, hey, listen, I know when I'm not gonna win, and so I'm gonna let her
Virgo
have
side of
it.
me.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying I wasn't changing my opinion. Y'all want.
Oh, I knew I wasn't gonna change. I'm gonna try to change it.
But Natalie, you know that I respect your opinions though, because
Yeah, you do.
I wouldn't even ask you nothing.
Yeah.
Because I'm very quick to let you know if I don't
Like,
respect.
I ain't supposed
I'm
to-
like,
yeah, I ain't-
she doesn't know shit, and I'm not asking her shit. I just told you I'm not going to Janet Jackson concert because I can sing better than her. So you got to be able to do better than me for me to come to you for something.
Not letting you use up my money.
I just saying.
Oh man.
Ooh, well.
But yeah, so ladies.
Well, let's get into the topic of the day. We got
Yes.
really sidetracked for a second.
That was good. That was good.
So, Miss Levon, we're here to talk about the Black Nail Tech experience. Why don't you, we'll jump in, but why don't you just give us just kind of your journey, what it is to be a Black Nail Tech, how you got there. Also, just we can move into it, but we'll have questions, of course. But
Yeah.
just to talk about how hard it is for a Black Nail Tech with, it predominantly being dominated by Asian community. I'm really, really super excited to see in 2023 we do have so many Black nail techs. That just makes me so happy.
Yeah.
But let's talk about it.
So, okay, well, my journey. So I have always worked in like corporate America. Got my bachelor's degree, master's degree in business. And so I just always saw myself as a business person, but I wasn't exactly sure what that meant. And because I was like basically forced to go to college, I was like, well, business sounds good. So that's what I kind of did. And I always just kind of worked regular jobs, you know, corporate jobs like financial firms, banks, that kind of stuff. Kind of where I landed because I like money. And but I never got promoted. I never lasted very long on anywhere because somebody would always piss me off, and I would be like, you know what? I don't have to take this. I'm leaving. I am definitely.
So this ain't my only choice.
What are you talking about? Like, I am from the microwave generation. I'll have a new job tomorrow. And I always did. They saw that master's degree on my paper. They were like, come on, we'll take you. We need a black. We'll hire you. So that's usually how that
Not
went.
a black.
Yeah, that's how they be looking. We need some diversity around
We
here.
need a little black. We got this whole diversity team, but
Ain't not one person diverse.
no. So that's kind of what my life looks like up until I got about 30. And then when I hit 30, I was like, you know what, it's time for me to do something different. And I was just tired of job hopping. I was just tired of, you know, never being happy, never quite feeling happy. And I just got this wild hair up my butt one day, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to open a nail salon. Now, mind you, I've never done a nail. I've never polished a nail.
And you
I've
just
never
had a wild hair.
This is like,
literally
this is my direction.
Literally, but I've always loved hair.
Okay.
I naturally loved hair. I always gravitated towards doing hair. I used to, don't call the state, but I used to have like a little makeshift bootleg hair shop in the Franklin Flea Market. With my cousin. Yeah, with my cousin. When
Maybe
he
it
was
ain't
in-
where you started, it's where you end.
My cousin was in barber school at the time. Hey, John. And I wasn't. And so I was always just really good at this, like weave, you know, quick weaves and curls. Like I know weave. Like I don't know real hair. I know weave. So we had a little thing. We would go set up every Saturday, and he would be cutting hair because he was good. He's still a barber to this day. But he was cutting hair, and I was like doing sew-ins and quick weaves. I ain't had no sink, so you had to come washed and ready. But But
we
we
talked
had-
about that on the show.
But we had a little thing, you know. We had a little thing, and this was my very early 20s, and it lasted for a little while, and then we quit. But I just said that to say I was always just a beauty person, always just. But I was always trying to find my way, and so when I hit like 30, I'm like, you know what, it's time for a change. So I said I'm gonna open a nail salon, like I said, because I knew that cosmetology school was gonna take way too long.
I was
Now-
just finna say, did you pick nails because of them hours?
Honey.
Because I picked Esty because of them hours.
I ain't gonna lie, I chose barbering because of the hours. I wasn't doing it.
700, 400. I said, and then at the time when I'm like, the Asian people got that on lock, so no, I don't want to do that. That's too much hard work. Give me Esty.
Give me this.
Let me do it.
Let me do this. Let me do this. Because for me, I was like, man, bruh, I love doing hair, but I'm 30. And I already have a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. I've done a lot of school. I don't know that this is something else that I want. And I already had 2 children. You know, sacrificed, moved in with my mama, and I went to nail school for 3 months. I used to Uber on the side. I just thugged it out, hustled till I got it done. And
There you
then
go.
was terrible at it, by the way. Like I said, no practice. You know how some girls, they already doing it
Get
at
it,
home,
yep,
they getting it in.
yep.
No, ma'am. No, not me.
Get in.
It was quite rough. But I have had people that have stuck beside me. I still have some of those same clients I had when I polished my first nail, and I'm so grateful for them. But anyway, so that was 2017 I finished, and I got into a salon. It was a new little hair salon, lady named Brandy. She was just opening it up, and it was just her. And you know, she knew somebody that knew me and was like, hey, my homegirl looking for a nail tech in her salon. So I did that for a few months, got pregnant with my 3rd baby. And so I sat out for a little while, and I just kind of did nails at home, kind of dabbled. Well, now it's 2018. I had my baby, and I'm working at the house. We moved into our own house and had my little back room, my little nail room set up, and I was still posting and doing my nails. It was still terrible, but it was a comfort zone.
At least you're honest.
Oh, it was horrible, but it was a comfort zone because my baby was home. I was able to work at home. I was able to have, you know, clients come to the home. I had my own little space, you know, so it just kind of was convenient for me at the time. Well, then I did this event, like a woman's empowerment brunch, and I met another nail tech. Her name was Corsica King. Hey, Corsica girl. So we met because it was like the brunch. They had like 2 nail techs, like 2 hair people, it was just like a women's empowerment thing, right? And so we met. And, you know, I reached out to her because I really liked her work. And I was like, can I just sit with you and just you show me some things and just kind of shadow you. And she's like really friendly. So she was like, of course, come on, come down. So I came and I sat with her and she was just showing me some of her techniques and stuff. And so a couple days went by and I guess she just figured that we vibed or whatever. And she just hit me up. She was like, so when you gonna come work at the shop with me instead of working at your house? I was really scared. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I can do this. You know, working at home is one thing.
Yeah.
But being somewhere where you paying booth rent and like you got real responsibility, like that's different.
Yep.
So she convinced me. She was like, look, why don't we just start you off with like something really cheap and you just come. Like she convinced me. She was like, don't be afraid, don't be afraid. Well, come to find out, she had been looking for people to work with. She had been wanting other nail techs to work with. She wanted this sense of community that is so hard to find among black nail techs.
Oh my God.
Because
In all
everybody
the industries.
It's all, you're right.
Because everybody wants to be,
Barber and all
Nobody
that.
wants a
to be on
community
top.
no more.
Everybody wants to be on top.
Everybody wanna
wants
be
to
a boss. Oh, my
Everybody-
God.
You know,
It
and
irks.
so she was like, girl, just I promise you, you'll be fine. So I remember April 2019, I went to the shop with her. We were in the Lindo Professional Building, girl. We was in the basement. We ain't had no windows. It was bad. But we was
the
in
ventilation
there.
good?
No, hell no. We didn't
I
sit in
was
the
saying,
basement with no windows.
Baby, they was in the basement, no windows, baby. Y'all was getting hot.
It's probably gonna pop up later. It's gonna pop up.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
She like to
Don't
run
say
a
that.
commercial.
It's gonna pop up in our system later for sure. But
If you are
If you were
experiencing
exposed.
injuries from monomer and what's the one you can't take the state boards? Monomer.
no, you can't. Yeah, you can't take the Well, you can't take odor with a monomer with an odor, but you talk about the illegal one.
Yeah, what's so illegal? Baby, I was at my state boys and they was like, it was a whole bunch of Asians. They couldn't hardly speak English.
Oh, girl.
And they had their kid pack and the lady was like, looking at their kid, no, come back. No, come back.
Yeah, it has to be
no,
odorless.
come back. They had all the illegal.
didn't know all
Because they didn't
that.
understand English.
Right, right, they just
didn't
going with what
yeah,
they
I'm
knew.
like, now see, that's the attorney. Yeah, if you've been exposed to the monomer that state boards don't
The damn
allow,
EMA.
call 1-800. We got you.
No, for real. So it's
Get
gonna
some
definitely
money.
pop up in our systems later. But at any rate, but now I say this to say, I was still terrible. But she actually took her time and showed me stuff. And she like actually used to piss me off because she used to be like, bruh, you could have done that faster. Or she'd be like, I'm noticing how you're filing. Like she would literally just come over to me while I'm on a client. She was like, let me show you this. I was like, girl, if you get the
She pushed you beyond your
Right.
comfort zone.
But yeah, at the time I was like, girl, if you don't get the hell on my face. But she
Now you appreciate
she
it.
cared.
Yeah.
She cared. And man, after a while, we had that little space juking. You hear me? We had it juking.
Everybody exposed.
We had it juking, okay? And
You for real.
good thing COVID wasn't a
1-800,
thing.
come get y'all money.
Good thing COVID wasn't a thing. And it was like we were in the professional building, so people was complaining about us and stuff, the smell. I was like,
Yeah, 'cause
oh,
y'all in the basement,
I'm like,
you
oh, we
going to the
juking.
top.
They on the 4th floor talking about us. We was like, oh, okay, so we famous, cause period. So anyway, so they pretty much forced us out of the building. So I went to another shop, Poise Hair Boutique with Monet. Monet became a client at the time, and I was telling her the struggles we were having in the building. She was like, well, I got a space. So I was like, oh, okay. So I went with Monet, and hey, Monet, and so worked there for about a year. This is when COVID hit. I got there January 2020.
Wait a minute, let's back up here. You wasn't licensed yet, was you?
Yeah.
Oh, you was licensed
I got
right in?
licensed right out of school. I got
Oh,
licensed.
okay.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
sound like she-
Yeah, I got licensed literally that next month. I wasn't playing around because I knew I had to do it while it was fresh.
Yes, good for you, because a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah,
Right.
I had to do it while it was fresh.
Wait a minute, I guess I missed when you went to
I
school.
didn't say that. Oh, I went to school in 2017.
Yeah,
Oh, 17.
She
Okay, I
doing
missed
that at her
that part.
house.
Okay, but you was doing it at your house.
No, when I went to school, I wasn't doing it anywhere.
Oh, gotcha.
But when you got out,
when you
When
got
I got
out,
out,
you still
I
didn't
went to the
know
shop with
how.
Brandy.
Okay, I got you now.
But
okay.
now, when I went to the shop with Brandy, that's when I got my license. Like literally the next month.
Okay.
So
cool.
yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, I'm a little smart, but the test wasn't that hard. You know,
Yeah,
I
it
have
ain't
a
that.
hard time with, some people that be like, oh, I get it. Everybody's different,
Yeah.
But I'm like, bro, if you just don't psych yourself out. And you know
you can
this
pass
stuff,
it.
like you got this, But anyway, yeah. So I was licensed in 2017, same year. But yeah, so I went to Poise and I did that. The COVID hit, and then we had that struggle.
Yep.
Well, I ended up because I knew I was gonna still do nails anyway. Okay, I didn't care nothing about that. But the problem was the schools were shut down. So I was still working when they let us work and stuff. I was working again, but my kids weren't in school. Remember, they were virtual learning that whole year.
Yep.
So even though Monet was super cool and she was like, if you need to bring the kids here, bring them. But I didn't feel comfortable having my children sitting in somebody else's salon like that. I'm like, that's not fair, you know?
Yep.
So that's what made me venture off to go look for my own spot. Because I was like, I know that I want to do this, and I know that I need somewhere for my kids to go, and I know that it needs to be comfortable for me. So I just kind of started looking up, and I found the salon, my current salon. It was actually used to be a nail salon. So
Okay.
it already had the bones.
So you moved in.
It was super ugly. Super ugly, super terrible, and I'm not gonna lie. Them people that were there before me was disgusting. Like, it was really bad. Like, it took me probably about $15,000 to completely
where it
revamp the space. It was horrible. Like, I'm talking about, I ain't never cleaned red sauce off of a string of a ceiling fan. So was you just eating something with your hands and then pulling the string?
Yeah.
I mean, it was that dirty. Like, it was like that. It was roaches in the back.
raviolis
Yeah.
from Pasta House, and you just said, "Let me turn on the fan."
It was roaches in the back, dead
wow.
roaches. Like, it was a whole haul. Like, I had, like I said, $15,000 to just get it functional.
Ain't there a bar next to you?
Uh-huh.
Oh. All right. Well then, yeah, go on finish that.
They don't mess with me, and I don't mess with them. So I'm gonna let y'all imagination run. But anywho, yeah. So I didn't even get fully opened until like January 2021 because I acquired the space. I got approved for the space in like September 2020, and it took just that long, like, to get it revamped,
You
fixed up.
reopened, like, once I reopened after COVID, I did January 2021.
And then to get licensed from the state.
Yeah.
So that took some time.
Yeah.
So then, and we've been going strong ever since.
So let's ask some nail stuff.
Okay.
Tell us about a time where you done had some maybe ugly hammer toe. Do you do pedicures?
Of course.
See,
course.
how do you feel about these nail techs that are really picky? They say, "Oh, I do nails, but I don't do feet."
You don't do feet.
Well,
And then tell us about a situation. You don't have you to use any names, but tell
Yeah.
us about a situation where you done had baby bunions, girl, the
I feel
black
like that's more common than you
nails.
think, because there's a whole lot of nail techs online that be posting stuff. I'm like, dang, they let you put their feet on there?
Oh,
no
you
face,
think-
no case.
Really, to be honest, that's exactly how it be. There's one girl that I saw that specializes in just doing
Ugly feet.
Yeah, you got ugly toes, she gonna get them babies looking good, and she do.
She does.
She do.
Well, it's definitely an art.
That's a
to it.
demographic.
It's a
It is.
demographic.
But okay, so I'm about to say something really controversial,
Okay,
and
we like controversial.
most people are probably not gonna like it.
Okay, go ahead.
I find that most of the people that say that they don't do feet, majority of them are unlicensed. So the reason that I say that, and I say that because I don't
Because
really,
they didn't go to school.
and that part, and
Because you
I-
had to learn how
we
to do feet in
pedicures
school.
first of all. But and I also say that it really bothers me when people throw the term nail tech around, because it's almost like devaluing the word, right? Like, you're not a nail tech if you don't have a license. You're just a person that happens to do nails. Once you become a license, you're a tech.
There you go.
You're technical. It's a hobby. I don't care how much money you make. If you're not licensed and being observed by the state that you live in, you're not a tech. You're a person with a skill. No license can give you a skill, and because that's what they're gonna say. Just because you got a license don't mean you can do nails.
But it's
That's fine.
illegal.
It's legal, and not to mention,
that's-
if you take yourself seriously, then I believe that you take that time and you get the proper licensure. Because my thing, I always believe this. Even when I started and I knew them nails was terrible, I knew one thing nobody could ever say was, "Hey, you can't dispute my paperwork.
Yep.
I'm 100% legal. I might not be good at it yet, but I did my
But
due
I
diligence."
totally agree. If I were in your shoes, I would have no respect for a nail tech or a nail, whatever
A
you want
nail
to call
person, a nail doer.
person.
A nail doer.
I do know
Girl,
nails.
what
I
I
have a
say?
nail doer.
That's what been happening. When I say you done named off some stuff, I'm like, you know what?
I have less respect for a nail doer because the nail program in the state of Missouri
3 months.
is 3 freaking months.
3 months.
If you ain't got no man, or you can't go get no job to pay for that nail program for 3 months, you can't sacrifice. You don't deserve.
Well, if
to
you
do
making
no
the money you
nails.
saying you making, that should be lightweight.
Girl,
That should
it's
be
You
so
can do nails
many
at
of
home
them.
at night. I ain't gonna lie to
You
you.
can
do nails
can't go to
at
school
home
in the
at
daytime.
night.
You really can't.
There is so many programs. My thing is, if these Asians hop off the boat and they don't even can't even talk, they don't even know a lick of English, but they do that English course to make them pass their citizenship and get that visa, and they go immediately to nail tech school and pass the state board. What's wrong with you, Heather?
Well, that's questionable because a lot of them don't either.
But not starting off, but then eventually they do when they get.
I don't want to sound too, you know.
Well, I do know.
Any word with the "ist" on the end of it, but I'm gonna say this: that I know for a fact that they get away with a lot of things
That we wouldn't.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah, I know
not
that.
even because I'm not gonna say nothing about nobody looking alike. I'm gonna say
No, I mean we get it because you
they
can
get
go
away
into there
with it.
and there's
You're
3
not gonna know.
licenses on the wall.
Like usually, a lot of them honestly aren't licensed, but they're smart about it.
Yeah.
And they do be bootlegging stuff too because I remember
They
not
make
too long-
copies. They make
There was
copies
a,
of the
salon
license
in
and change the
California.
names, and then they put everybody's picture on a different
Yeah,
license.
that was
Oh,
a salon in California. They got busted for all these fake licenses because they was getting fake licenses printed. So that's a thing too. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, if we can talk all day about
That.
the disadvantages and
Yeah,
you know how they just arrive with more help.
Yeah. But
you
we
know,
can't-
I've
we
been here
can't
all my
keep-
life, you know,
Yeah.
and I can't get a leg up, but this ain't that. But yeah, I really, to your point. I do honestly have less respect for those
Absolutely.
that don't, and I've seen people that have been doing it for decades, you know, and haven't taken that moment.
That's why I kind of really stopped talking or hyping lash stylists up
Yeah.
because yes, absolutely. In the state of Missouri, you can be a lash stylist without having a license. You commented on my page the other day, and I do wish that they do make it, but you don't. So it's not much I can really say.
Right, it's a preference.
But I really no, I'm an esthetician.
100%.
100%.
And you
because
can't- and can't nobody
this
take that from you.
And can't nobody take it from me, and I'm in a whole different ball game, and that's why my price is my price.
Yeah.
Because I'm not your regular lash tech.
Yeah.
So you gonna go down there to your
Well,
regular
that's
lash
okay.
tech.
Let them go ahead and glue the wrong white person's eyes shut. They gonna go ahead and make some legislation. They not gonna let the right person get the right
they
infection.
gonna do that squeeze in for you that
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
That was the wrong
Let the-
one.
let
Should've
the
left
right
that one alone.
in the wrong person.
Let the right person go ahead and get that right eye
Yeah.
infection, and they gonna have some. They're gonna be down to Congress talking about
Yeah.
what we are, and what we
So
ain't
this
gonna
is
do.
what I want to ask too, and then I'll let you ask some questions. This is what I want to ask. So, baby, I remember back in the day, nails. You could go get your nails done for $40, $50.
Right.
Baby, now nails cost just as much as hair. Like you go to the nail shop to get a set of nails with some designs, with some crystals and all of that. You at $145. Then your pedicure is $80. You at $2 something. Like
Damn,
when
where
did
you go? I need to raise my price.
I was just
y'all.
that's
I
what I
keep
was gonna
telling
ask.
y'all. I keep
I was
telling
gonna
y'all.
ask you about that
So,
because do
when
you
did
think
nails
there
arrive?
is a difference between the price that you would see in these bigger salons versus like the smaller black salons?
First of all, people charge what they can get away with. I mean,
That's true.
That was day one of nail school or beauty school. Day one, what's the difference between a $300 haircut and a $25 haircut?
True.
The demographic. It's the same damn haircut. It just
But
depends on
no,
who
I
you're
seen a
cutting.
sister. I just clicked on her page. Baby, her set started like my lashes.
Mm-hmm.
Her sets was just nails. A new set was $200, $250, $300.
But the funny thing about that too, and I've noticed that too, and I don't know who this person is, and I can't speak on that, but I will say this: your average nail client, your average repeat customer, is not spending $200 every week, even every month on their nails. So you're gonna get, my opinion, I feel like when you set up prices like that for our service, you are setting yourself up for the special occasion client. You setting yourself up for prom. You setting yourself up for the weddings. You're
You
setting
only
yourself-
see them once or twice a year.
or a birthday, right? You're not seeing that person every 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Because for my clients, I'm a bill. So my prices have to reflect that. I can't charge you more than what you paying Amarin. You know what I'm saying? If I want to remain a part of your life,
But what about, but is your clientele or your market the clientele that gets all the designs and stuff like that?
Yeah, and so you know, for all of that stuff, yeah, of course it's added on. You know, you want bling, you want this, you want that. Of course we tacking it on. But your base price is not, I'm not starting you up here.
Your base price, yeah.
You know, I'm starting you where it's normal. I'm starting you around $50-$55, you know, normal.
For an initial set?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
For short, yeah. And then anything else you want on top of that, obviously, is going to, add on.
You do a la carte.
Yeah,
Okay.
because everybody don't want everything all the time.
True.
And also, I think a lot of people, obviously charge what you feel like you can make. You know, I can't knock nobody for what they charge, obviously. But I have an understanding that business is built on return clients.
Yes.
Absolutely. Retention is the key.
So I feel like our prices are normal, like they're normal, because like I said, once you get to adding all that other stuff on, you know, you're gonna be about, say if like you wanted a short set, you want some bling, you want some little drawings, you're gonna be about $75, probably $80 when you're done. You know what I mean? And that's normal. But if you don't want that and your pockets are funny today and you just want something simple, just a little gel polish, you can get away with charging $50. You know what I mean? Paying $50 and you can still afford me. You know, because one thing about us as nail technicians specifically, we cannot charge based on product. We should not. Because I can buy a jar of acrylic powder and it might cost me $20, but I'm getting 150 applications out of this one jar. So if I charge you per product technically where it logically made sense, then I would be charging you $2 for a set. So as a nail tech, I have to charge you for time. I'm charging you for my time.
That's
so
what I was
I'm
gonna
gonna
ask.
set what I want to make an hour. That's what I'm charging. So when I
Makes
sit
sense.
down to
And
figure
then you
out how
add-
much time this particular each
Go
thing
ahead,
takes,
add that credit card fee in there too.
I'ma
in the
think
next
about it.
month.
Girl, shut up. Ain't nobody gonna say.
she done spun the block.
But you know what? You're right, because I do feel like there is, especially when you have those longer services, you do have to find what your price can be, if it's hourly or not. Because there's I was talking to my nail tech, and she was saying that there was a girl she was thinking about doing that, where she was charging I think $70 an hour. So her average nails were going to be $140 because it's taking our 2 hours to do them. So, hey, if that's how you choose to do your pricing and how you want to do it, but I will say you do want to consider that you do have product that you are using, because when you are using a machine, that doesn't necessarily have to be
It depreciates.
yeah, but you do have to consider that part of it.
That's factored in though. Like
Yeah.
that's not even, like, honestly, our products stretch a lot.
Yeah.
The products that we use, I'm gonna tell you something. You know what I spend the most money on?
What's that?
Toilet paper and paper towels.
Baby, let me tell you something.
The replenishing.
That's
I just went in the salon the other day. I go in every night and kind of tidy up just a little bit because I'm not gonna pay.
You gotta
a
go
cleaner.
behind folks.
I'm not gonna pay a cleaner to do the bathroom every day.
Yeah.
But like salon lofts, I ain't there.
Yeah.
You know, but I do try to. But I go in and it's like when y'all was commissioned, I didn't see all this paper towels. Now every day I'm replacing a roll, and I'm like, are y'all stealing? Where is it going?
They're going right to the bathroom. I need some of these.
I be having to lock up everything.
Check the glove compartment.
Look, I'm gonna put a sign. You know how them shops and stuff be putting a sign for everything.
what?
I'm gonna put a sign on the bathroom. No big bags allowed.
Girl,
'Cause
no.
I know you in
No,
my
no.
bathroom shopping.
They got I think it's on Amazon. They got a little thing that dispenses a certain amount.
And if you
Look,
try to get more than that, it's gonna beep and tell me.
You only needed 2.
She's
Baby, you got to come
wipe
back in
your
5
butt.
minutes. Look,
Wait
you got to
a
come back in
big
5
booties
minutes.
need-
hollering.
Look, big booties need more than two squares.
Bring your own toilet paper.
But I will say this though.
Stop playing
I
with
will
you, because
say
you gonna
this.
call me ghetto for real.
No, you know, she already branded us.
You know I'm ghetto.
Oh, we got
anyway.
that crown hard, baby.
I'm wearing it. But you know what though? Honestly, I do reevaluate my prices about every 6 months or so. Just to stay current and not pay attention, and even I hear stories all the time. People are like, I spent $120 for these nails and they were terrible and da-da-da. And so I know we're under that. So my thing is pricing is tricky because when you set the bar so high up front,
Yep.
You have
can't
no room
raise
for
it.
failure.
You can't raise
and
it.
you have no room for failure.
Because here's my thing, how you said, you know, the person said $70 an hour and the average is 2 hours. I'm not paying you $140 to take 2 hours on my nails.
Hey, that's what I said. I'm going off of what somebody
When I
else
could
do.
go down to nail spa.
And get it done in an hour.
Now, it might not look as good.
But you know what? Is that a thing though? Is quality really better than, like, do you pay the price
Yeah.
and expect quality, or do you pay the price because of the person? Because a lot of times people tend to have this idea that people should just pay me what I tell them to pay me, and I do feel like quality should be a part of it.
It definitely
if
should.
we are going
if
to be
you're
trying
trash,
it.
you should
Yeah.
not be charging $200.
But the thing is, if somebody's trash, they have to be able to understand, okay, well, I'm trash. So let me give it. That's what I did.
But
in the
you know
beginning.
what?
I
Deep
gave
down
away.
inside, they know they trash.
You think so?
Yes.
think, honestly-
you just said you knew you didn't know how to do nails.
But not everybody feels
But
that
I'm
way.
much more self-aware than the average person. though.
Yeah, some people really be thinking they doing big things, and you got to also realize that there are people that will pay that price. Someone heard that one person got their nails done real good there, and they heard word of mouth. Some people will pay that price, and a lot of
I can agree
times
with
people will assume because you're charging a certain price, they expect a certain
But they ain't coming
quality.
back.
They may not be, they might, but you got to think when you first start out, you might be charging a little bit, you might be jacking people up, but they're still coming back because of something. Something could be keeping them returning.
I will say that I feel like the average customer, and this is what I preach to my team all the time, right? You coming to me, you done passed about 72 nail salons, and that's if you live in a 5-mile radius.
Yep.
You done passed about 72 nail salons to come to
100.
me.
Yeah.
So basically, that says that you're paying me for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're paying me because you
Because
like
you had
me.
other options.
You paying me because you
Yep.
like my vibe. You paying me because you appreciate taking up my space. Good nails are a bonus.
Yep. Thank you. That's
Most
very true.
people will be okay with okay nails.
Yeah.
There's a very small demographic of people where nails are life to them. Like clients, like, no, my nails gotta be on point. Like, this is my thing. I have a reputation to uphold, yada, yada. That's a very small demographic of people. And if you're looking at the pie chart, the majority of the pie chart, like this much of it, is professional women
Yep.
with corporate jobs
That's my
that
clientele,
just
baby.
want to look nice.
Yep.
They want to look presentable. They don't have to have all the this and the that and the, they just want to look good. They want a cute French. They want a cute little understated, maybe throw them a little design or two on there, a bling or something. But the long and all the bling and all the crazy stuff that we see, that's mostly for photos, right? And that's mostly for show. Majority
Or
of people,
vacation, just the vacation.
it's for special
yeah.
occasions, it's for birthdays, but the majority of women, and I'm gonna say especially women over 30, because I'm a woman over 30. I can't really speak for, the younger, even though I do have some younger clients. But funny thing is, even a lot of my younger clients don't go above and beyond all the time because they have jobs.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
So
understand the value of the money.
so I feel like, yes, it is cool and it's fun to be that person that markets to that crowd, and that's gonna be who you attract, and they're gonna come, and that's cool. But that's not typically a every 3 week coming regularly type
Right.
of client. So when I see people that charge
So,
them
yeah, you gotta
astronomical
know they
prices,
market.
I don't necessarily see a booked and busy chair.
Correct.
But I mean, granted, yeah, you can do 5 people a week and make $1,000. Cool. But I'm gonna do like 30 people a week. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna make more than that. I'm gonna work harder, yes. But I'm thinking about longevity.
Yeah.
And keeping
the
that
repeat
rotation.
client.
Yes.
Let me ask you, and why don't you go into educating us a little bit about the nail industry? I'm just gonna be honest. Look at my nails right now,
I
right?
saw 'em.
Yeah, they hideous.
And your nails usually don't look like that.
You know what?
You got
Ain't
them
nobody
booty
got
fingers.
time.
Look, and I still got one. Wait a minute,
That one
and I
hanging
still
on.
got one hanging on.
Need a
Okay,
relationship
so-
that strong.
Girl, need a right. I need a relationship this strong. It won't pop off. So I got a question. Educate us a little bit about nails, because what I've noticed is that, and what product is this? And I guess I'm like, when did nails evolve to that? Because you are right. We used to get French, the more conservative, where it's low
Americans.
maintenance. Yeah, like your nails are beautiful, stuff like that, right? But yes, when I go get these particular long nails with all these designs on there, they super long and all that. But then they last like 3 weeks. They break my nail off right here. They heavy, and then I gotta like give my hands a break because now it's hurting. But then also it's the powder, like you can't get a refill on there because they use a certain powder. What is that? What's the difference in those powders? Because now I'm noticing that these newer nail techs, they use a powder where when you come off, they gotta take the nails off. That's why they making that money too.
Are they using powder or are they using gel?
No,
Because what
they're
my nail
using
tech does is
She's
gel.
talking about colored acrylic.
They, yeah, they
okay,
using
okay,
them
I got you.
powders where they got. Is that what I'm talking? Okay, so they got to take it off. So I be looking like, dang.
No.
So if I get this color, then next week you got to take something off.
No.
What?
You're a victim of
Tragedy.
of a particular nail salon or something because no, that's not true. So to address first what you said about like you get them long and they breaking and da da da. So the instructor in me
Okay.
is here to let you know that that's a structural problem.
Okay.
Whether your nails are long, short, stiletto, square, whatever, they're supposed to withstand your lifestyle. And that's another thing too. When you go somewhere like some of these other salons, the chop shops, whatever, they're not going to sit down and ask you, so, hey, what do you do for a living? What's your lifestyle? Because I'm going to have a conversation with you, right?
You're gonna do a
tell me,
consultation.
and if you tell me, girl, I just decided to, I'm going to lose 50 pounds and I'm in the gym and I'm doing this, or I just had a new baby and I'm this, I'm going to say, okay, so let's do this then. How about we can still give you something cute. Let's alter it to your lifestyle. Let's make your nails fit in with your lifestyle, because what you don't want to do is be changing your lifestyle to fit your nails. And so I feel like that's a lot of times where a lot of people get the
Because there
breaks
is no real relationship.
Like if I know what you got going on, I know you know you're working hard. I know. But then again, hey, I've had clients.
I
that
mean, you're
work
right,
out
because when
hard
I
and
get
stuff.
them long nails, I know that I'm just going out on vacation. Like them in the nails, like you got to jump in your jeans and
Turn
button.
holes.
This baby, it's popping
Turn
off.
holes.
It's
You need
breaking.
leggings on them
You
holes in
turn
them?
holes in your leggings.
Yeah.
You doing all of that. Yeah. So this
So
is
it's
not
really-
fit. Yeah, it's not fitting.
It's
Be
really
fitting.
much. It's really. I mean, obviously, it's the individual person, but if you and that's to me, that's the importance of having like a regular nail tech.
Nail
That's
tech.
the importance of having a regular hairstylist. That's important to have a regular esthetician, because this person is invested in you. Right,
And they care about
and
your
I'm gonna say,
nails.
girl, well, last time I gave you nails like that, you tore them the hell up. So I'm either gonna, if you want to keep that same sound, okay, I'm gonna make them a little bit thicker this time. That's a conversation. Or I'm gonna make them a little bit thinner. Or I'm gonna make them a little. So that's kind of how I do my business. It's
Educate
just like
us, baby. That's what
it's
this
an
is
ebb
for.
and a
No,
flow.
I love that, because that's the type of relationships I like to have with my clients.
Yeah.
We're having a conversation.
Yeah.
If you didn't like your haircut, then we need to work on where we at.
What can I do? What
am I
do
doing?
we need to do?
There you
differently?
go.
So like if I got a client that breaks a nail and I feel like they broke a nail way too fast, I'm like, so you got your nails done Wednesday and by Friday you got one missing. Well, first of all, tell me what happened. Now, if they say I got into a fight or I pistol whipped somebody, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, that's on you.
That's unusual.
I've had that. No, I've had that. I'm like, okay, well, that's on you, sis. But if they were like, oh, I was just like changing the sheets on my bed and one broke, I'm like, okay, so that was probably me. Come on, let me
Accountability
fix that. Let me fix that.
versus-
And I'm not gonna charge you because that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
even me being in the game for doing this for 6 years or whatever, however long it's been, I'm still gonna be accountable. Maybe I missed something. I had an off day, whatever. Like, but that's our relationship. And that's to me what keeps a happy client. Nobody expects you to be perfect.
Right.
But when I talk about them thirsty fees,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna nickel and dime you because you broke a nail
'Cause you're a
prematurely.
Hold on,
Exactly.
hold on. Let me write that down.
Thirsty fees.
Thirsty fees. Yes.
Noted.
But that's the relationship. And I think that's probably why
We got
I
a lot of
still-
buzzwords this
I'm
podcast.
I think that's probably why I still have a lot of my same clients and was able to retain them, because
But that's how you
it's
build
about
a
the
business.
relationship.
And that's how you, like you said, that's how you build a long-term business. And that's one of the things that I did as a lash stylist. Like, I still had clients. Like, it's a client that just came back to the lash shop. Of course, you know, I retired. But she was like, yeah, I've been with y'all since Delmar. I've been with you since Brentwood. I mean, not Brentwood. Whatever, wherever we was at.
When you was downtown and you was
Richmond Heights.
in Richmond Heights.
Yeah, she's like, I've been with you because I know your training. I know your training. I know your sentence. Instill that in your girls. So it's like, oh, I see the sign. I know the quality of service. When I walk into the salon, I know she handpicks her staff. I know she provides the training and the quality of service. You see what I'm saying?
And that's the best thing you can do as a business owner is, to me,
Looking for the longevity.
listen to your clients.
Build that trust.
Your clients are gonna tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong.
They sure will.
They will.
If they like you, they will.
Yeah, especially even for me, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've had some complaints before that I was like, oh gosh, she done stabbed me in my heart. Jesus.
I'm coming out.
The lady done basically told me I ain't shit.
Elizabeth.
But that's the kind of stuff that grows you though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because if everybody
You gotta have to take that constructive
if
criticism.
everybody just like on your jock and like, oh, you so great at singing your praises and da da da, then you never feel that push to get better.
Yeah, and then they leave and talk about you.
Because they gonna talk about you.
They gonna talk about
They gonna talk about you. They might not have balls to say it to your face, but they gonna talk about you. I had a lady one time. I posted a picture of these nails a couple years ago, and they were so cute to me. They was like purple, and they had like the little. I dipped her finger in like the glitter, and it was just like, oh. And one lady liked it, and she tagged her friend, and she was like, oh, look at these nails. And the friend commented, that bitch. She was like, oh, the colors are cute, but it's a little sloppy. I said, excuse me. Hello?
Wait a minute, turn my phone on. She like, turn my microphone on.
I'm like,
Who talking to?
because does she know she on my page? And what's funny thing was, I was at like a concert when I saw the
Girl, your whole
thing.
mood
My
changed
whole-
with all of your phone
I
trying to
was like-
troubleshoot.
I was like-
maybe I'd have been there. Okay.
Note to self, but I tell you what, and I think what she was saying was messy. It was probably like that glitter because it gets everywhere. After that, when I tell you I never not cleaned up a nail,
Oh,
It makes you improve.
I said you're not gonna catch me slipping no more, Linda.
Right.
Linda.
In the name of Linda.
In the land of Linda.
But that's real though.
No, it is. It is. It's legitly. I remember the one experience I had with this guy. He was a walk-in, and it was a white guy, and I did cut white hair or straight hair. I don't say white hair, straight hair, and. This was one of those things I hadn't done it in a while. That man tried to make the most. It's a line right here in front of everybody, and I was just like, "Hold
he was
on,
clowning.
calm down." First of all,
Why you sit in my chair?
First
Because
of all,
I had the open chair.
because I had the open chair.
So
But
you
at the
should've
same
said.
time, it was just like, all right. Yeah, don't do that. But it was still one of those moments where you just like,
It grows you.
all right, I know better next time. I need to make sure that, because sometimes you'll go through something and you'll be just like, oh, I know I could have did better, but no one said anything. And so with that person saying, it's like, no, every time somebody sit in my seat, I'm gonna make sure I'm doing it right. And I don't have a problem with you telling me that there's something to correct it. You see something you don't like.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm gonna do my best to correct it. But I'm not gonna sit here and be just like, oh, you finna blast.
But you ain't gotta cause a scene,
You ain't
David.
gotta be up in
Yeah.
the-
You ain't gotta do that.
Not David.
Sit on down.
You ain't gotta do that, Thomas.
Not David.
I hear you.
Jonathan, please
But
sit
no,
down. Jonathan.
but real talk though.
But yes, but that's
Yeah,
normally,
that's
people
normal.
will put you on that, but she's right, it will make you better. It will make you think about, and some people, it can be a little crushing because it's just like, dang, I really thought I did that. I really did. I didn't think I did that. So when he did it, it was like, I kind of shrunk a little bit, like, all right, man, calm down, I got you.
No, it makes you
and then
feel
and then
in
you
that
blend,
moment.
yeah, you were, and then I was
Yeah.
like, okay, got you. I blended it out, but some of the trick was I didn't really do too much, and then all of a sudden now it's perfect. So now you really was just trying to play me anyways. But it was just one of those moments where you do make you like, dang.
But you was better after that.
Yes.
I have moments
Look
where
at it
I've been
better.
like, I have done nails, and my client was like, "Oh, that's cute. I love it," or whatever. And in my head, I'm like,
That's ugly
I'm
as
like,
hell.
I don't like this shit.
Baby, I did somebody eyebrows like that.
I was like,
I said,
yeah, I was like,
This
so
ain't
I'm like,
it.
well, well, okay, the client liked this on that level. I'm like, okay, cool. She liked it. We cool. I have had moments where I call that client like, look, Sarah, I ain't like them goddamn nails I did on
You
Come on
did.
back
You
here, baby.
too honest.
If you have some time,
But you know
can
what,
you
but-
come back and allow me to just
Now, see, I ain't admitting it that way, but I might.
I've done it.
At the end
I've
of the
done it.
service, at the end of the service, I might say, you know what? You got an extra time. I want to spend a little bit more time on you. Yeah,
I've done it. I've done it.
I've had my nail tech she was like, I love them. I love my nails. And I really was just like, I really like them. She was just like, but that ain't what I like, her envisioning of what it was. And I can understand that from the opposite
Yeah.
side, but I was like, girl, leave these nails alone. I'm not trying to be here another hour. Give
Yeah.
my hands.
You are representing me, goddammit.
Right. So yeah, I can see how people can, but
I've had that moment though.
I feel like it's one of those things because I feel like barbering is kind of similar to nails, like doing a facial. I can get away with a few things.
Yeah. They don't know.
And that's subjective. Like,
Yes, and then when you if you get out the chair, like there's certain things that I can see as a barber,
Yeah.
a client's gonna see because they seen their
They
haircut.
see it more visible. It's more
Yeah.
visible.
and they can, but they also seen how they liked their haircut. So they've looked in the mirror and been like, yeah, that's it. And then they've looked in the mirror and like,
that ain't it.
that ain't it. That ain't it. So it's
What
like
the hell you do?
Yeah, like wait
Push
a minute,
that
this
line and all the way
you,
back.
or you'll get, hey, you last time you put my fade up here, it's supposed to be here, and you was just like. Oh, and then some days you do, like you had them days where you just like, I was in go mode. All I want to do is get you in this chair, get you out the chair. And so, yeah, like that, those moments like that, them some teachable
So
moments.
under SD, I think it would be our brows and lashes.
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause them brows gonna tell it.
darks.
Them
brows gonna tell
But
it.
you know we was around that school and you knew when it was brow week.
Baby, them brows
we
gonna
knew
tell
it
it.
was brow week.
Baby, them students be walking around at school.
Wait,
What you think? I remember we was like, oh no.
Baby, them brow
Good
laminations. Oh,
Lord.
wait a minute. Once you left, baby, we had a student that came downstairs and they
Wait,
was
we
like,
supposed to be talking about this?
yeah, forget that. we ain't said nothing, but wait a minute. The student came down like similar to what you saw the brow lamination. I'm like, oh, I thought a student did it. It was a teacher.
Oh Lord, see, she trying to set us up.
I ain't said nothing.
But no,
I
but
just
care.
told y'all it was brow week.
we know. But you said I ain't in it. But that's a part of the learning process though.
It
but
is.
like I know for me though, like I'm very critical of myself. Even to this day, like my clients, my biggest thing with my clients is they'll be like, I hyper focus on like their nail shapes, and unfortunately, everybody got crooked fingers, right? There's no such thing as like perfectly straight fingers. Like something's gonna be crooked, right? So I be like, it's so funny because even though I'm wearing a mask, they'll see my face change. Like they be like, you ain't gotta keep focusing on that one finger. I'm like, yes, I do. Like I be like,
That's it, but it's not it.
and I get to file and I'm like, they're like, oh my God, every time you in this same finger. I'm like, well, at least you know I'm consistent.
And you care.
And I'ma get it right.
You know what? The one thing I really like, I learned from you is when you did that one demo before, and I didn't even realize that it was so many nail shapes.
Oh yeah, because we
You
do
did
those
that
demos.
demo, and I'm
Yeah.
like, is that many freaking nail shapes?
Hella nail shapes.
But
yeah, and people just focus on what's popular.
And a lot
like,
of these
that
new
was
nail,
amazing.
a lot of these new nail techs, baby, when wide square ain't the wave, no way, they is in trouble. When
I say
wide
the same
square,
when they got to start going
When
into that
volume lashes go out of business, come on back to classics, baby. Because y'all, how can you say you don't know how to do classic lashes and you do volumes? Yeah, they're not gonna have a clue. Or when the what is it? The pointy
the
stiletto. Yeah, when that
anything
go.
that got any kind of
The
taper,
wide
anything
square.
that got any kind of taper to it, like because if you look at Instagram, the majority of nails right now
very,
is that
very
wide
square.
square. That's
That wide
that wide
square. It looked like they just put the nail on there and that was it.
Well, that's
to
'cause
be
that's what they
honest,
do, baby.
I'm about to say they
Oh,
buy
that's
them like
it.
that.
And then they just put.
Yeah.
Oh no, you
that's
ain't got
what
no
I'm saying.
talent.
So that's what I'm saying. Like when I mean, I can't say what nobody can do specifically, but I feel like once that goes out of style, it's gonna be a lot of folks reevaluating their life.
Cause you know what,
really
back
do
at so I'm dated, but back in the day, you used to be able to go to your nail tech and they could put that little it'd be black and gold, but they put that little round circle and build you a nail. Nobody knows how to do that no
form?
more. Yeah, nobody know how to do that
Some
no
people
more.
do, but it's a specialty thing. Like, it's not common. Well, technically though, you do have to do a form at Stay Board. Like, you have to sculpt a nail. It's called sculpt a nail.
Sculpt a nail.
Sculpt a nail. Yeah, you have to do a sculpted nail for Stay Board, but you only got to do one. So you technically ain't got to be real good at it. You just got to be passable.
You got to be able to show it.
But if you went to school though, you know, you
Because
do
my
sculpted
thing,
nails.
I feel like you should do sculpted. Well, do you feel like people should do more sculpted nails on the toes versus a tip?
So like if I'm doing toes, I don't put a tip on toes. If
Yeah,
I'm
that's
doing
what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you should do a sculpted nail.
I don't even use a form either. Like I just literally, whatever that person's toenail shape is, I just lay the acrylic into the toenail and just kind of form it freestyle.
Freeform.
And then
But
just go
it's
back and
some
shape
won't
it.
even do that.
Because
That's
you have
like
to
an
know
overlay.
how.
That's called an overlay, right?
If it's a natural,
Yeah.
so the product itself is an overlay.
Okay.
It's an enhancement. And then when you put a tip on it or you use a form to extend it, then it's an extension.
Okay.
So, but with the toe, like, yeah, I'm not using a form or a tip. I'm just gonna throw it on there, let it lay in, cause I like a natural toe.
Yeah.
I know one of the things now too is like that extra super duper square toe.
Yep.
Fine, but like for one on me, first of all acrylic toes hurt to me. Like when I put on
When
shoes,
you put on your
Yeah, I was
shoes,
like, you
they
can't wear
hurt,
shoes.
baby. They
I say I'm too old for
hurt.
this. I can't do this. I had it
Yeah.
one time. I
Yeah.
said no, thank you. Take it off.
Yeah.
Too old for
Take it
this.
off.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I respect what people like and what's on trend now. But trends are just that. They come and go.
Yeah.
You know, but the classics like French, y'all see how hard French they came back? French is a classic. Like
It is a
it's
classic.
certain stuff that's just not going anywhere. And I think that if you are an actual nail technician, an actual licensed manicurist, then you have to have some
Stated.
versatility.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Cool.
I'm with you. That's the whole reason that we've been really doing this podcast is that we are showing that like being licensed, it should be a step above because we did the work. You went in there and you learned what you're supposed to learn. You are about making sure that you are building a legit business. So, hey, I'm with you 110%. But yes, this has been a great episode. I mean, I done learned new terminology. We got new nail doers out here.
Thirsty fees.
Thirsty fees is
That's gonna be my top.
man.
Girl, go
You gon-
somewhere with them thirsty fees.
There you go. There you go. Well, it's definitely been a pleasure for having you on. I want you to go ahead and shout out your business, your
How to
social
follow you on
media
social
again. Yeah, make sure we
media.
can go ahead.
Oh, okay. So the name of the salon is Royal Reed Nail Salon, located at 10447 Breckenridge Road, St. Anne, Missouri 63074. And like I said, intersection of Breckenridge and Ashby. Our Facebook is Royal Reed Nail Salon on Facebook, and it's ROYALREED Nail Salon, all run together. On Instagram, we are Royal_Reed Nail Salon. But if you type it, it comes up. I mean, it comes up, I promise you. And what else did you tell me to do?
That's it. That's
Oh,
it.
we are actively hiring.
I was just
If
going to
there-
say anything else you have to add to
Any
that?
nail
If there are
techs,
any licensed nail tech,
graduating.
anybody that recently finished school, trying to get their license, anybody
learn
that's
from the best.
trying to learn and trying to grow in their career, hit us up. We are seriously hiring. I have 2 positions right now because we have gotten to the point where we are turning some folks away, and it's a blessing but a curse because I hate to say no because I
Right.
want to do them all. So if you
That's
look in the bill,
amazing.
then come
to be
on.
booked and busy.
Come on, if you're looking, and you can contact me directly 314-276-1647.
All
Come on,
right.
get y'all
I
a black
love it.
licensed
Love
nail
it.
tech,
Yeah,
nail
come
salon
through.
owner.
Well, yes, it's definitely been a pleasure. Hey, don't forget to reach out to us. We are actually on Instagram at Lashing Out Cutting Up. Don't forget to follow us.
We got a Facebook page, y'all, but we're going to promote it starting May.
Yes.
And we do have a YouTube page. It's
Yes.
set up. We're going to start sending y'all to there. We going along. We crawling.
Yeah.
We gonna get there,
we
but
still got on our pamper. We're going to move to pull-ups in May.
just don't forget about us, y'all. But definitely check us out. All of it will be under Lashing Out, Cutting Up.
Podcast.
But yes, this podcast has been a pleasure. We've been having a great time, ladies.
Thank you
Thank you, y'all, for having me.
We appreciate
And check us
you.
out at LaCuts. Don't forget to follow me on social media also too at LaCuts.
Oh yeah, follow my serial entrepreneur page on IG, Lashing Out Lucy, and then on Facebook, I'm Lashing Out Lucy on Facebook. That's my business page, but also follow My regular page, Natalie Harrison. That's my legal name, but that's where all the activity go
That's
on.
the government.
That's the government name. Yeah, check out my salon is the Lash Loft, and it's located in Brentwood. I have 9 estheticians that are there waiting for you. I am retired. Do not email me or message me about doing no eyebrows, no eyelashes, no bikini waxes, no Brazilians. I'm not waxing. I ain't doing nothing. I'm teaching. I'm passing the torch. I'm done. I'm out.
And that's how we do it.
And it ain't, and she ain't gonna do it if you say you'll pay extra, cause she not gonna be ghetto.
No, I'm not.